Now, before we get started, I would really love if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get the latest content from the YouTube channel, The Last Rewind. And don't be shy about leaving your comments at the bottom of the page because you are the sole reason why this channel will be successful. Thank you. All right, welcome to The Last Rewind with me, Big Red, and Tremaine. And we're going to talk about death in the family that just happened with Micah Parsons leaving or being forced out of Dallas, should I say, from infamous or famous, however you look at it, Jerry Jones, the owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. Gonna get our reactions on what we think about the trade and what the future looks like. Tremaine, when you first heard this come across your news wave that Micah Parsons had been traded, what was your initial thoughts?
My initial thought and feeling was of shock, but not I wasn't to the point where, I was hurt, but I was shocked. I didn't think it was going to happen. But I'm okay with like most Dallas Cowboy fans are freaking out and how could Jerry Jones do this? And this is bullshit. I'm not. This is all right for me. I mean, I'll go deeper into why it's okay for me, but if you go off past history with Jerry Jones, he's notoriously known for caving in and paying, which is why I was shocked. I am shocked he did not pay him, but I am not unhappy with the results of it all. Tell you that, and this is being a Dallas Cowboy fan. Yeah, I mean, it was shocking though.
Well, here's the thing with me. I've stood on this pedestal, this stool. I said I don't want to pay the man, but I am shocked for the same reason because, like you said, Jerry usually caves in. I don't know if he does this on purpose, where he just got to drag things out. I don't know if he does this to get clicks in the news. They're like, oh, there's controversy in Dallas. We don't know if he's going to sign Emmitt Smith. Remember that situation? We don't know if he's going to sign him or not. We don't know if he's going to sign Dak. We don't know if he's going to sign this name and this name.
The only person he didn't do that with was Romo. He paid Romo.
I was about to say that, yeah. I don't know what the relationship, why that was so different. Maybe because they had a handshake agreement behind closed doors, and Romo was like, "I'll take anything," since I was a late round draft pick. But I mean, so was Dak. But I don't know what was different with this one, being that Jerry is, what is he, 82? Something. He's in his 80s. And he, like you mentioned yesterday, he's got way less days ahead of him than more. And if he wants to see his team ever reach prominence again, it's going to be very hard for it to come very quickly. So I would think he would have jumped on the deal. And it wasn't going to happen if he made this deal, but at least they would have been in contention. Now, if he's playing the long ball, the long game, then I can understand why he did this. Because, like I said, he already signed CeeDee Lamb. He already signed Dak Prescott to a ridiculous contract. I don't think he deserved it. The market didn't deserve it. He's still overpaid compared to a lot of great quarterbacks in the league now. They're way above him. I don't understand why he felt like he had to pay him. He hasn't proven anything to me to get this money. So I was like, okay, so he's going to pay Micah because this is what he's known for. This is his MO. And it was surprising, but then again, I don't know. Let me ask you this. Do you think this was done out of strategy, or do you think this was done out of emotion because Micah didn't accept the handshake agreement? He said, talk to my agent.
No, I think Jerry Jones is a bit too calculated to do anything out of emotion. I don't think it was done out of emotion. I think Jerry Jones on top of it all, Jerry Jones knows who he is. He's a rich ass white man. He ain't responding off the emotions of Micah Parsons. Nah. he owns the team. I don't think Jerry Jones is responding off emotion. I do think his strategy. I do think he's playing. While I think he's playing for the long haul, I do think there's some short-term possibilities he's hoping for, because like you said and I said, he don't got that many more days ahead of him. So each football season counts now for Jerry Jones. He can't afford to play that deep in for the long haul. He can't if he wants to see another Super Bowl. I mean, he looks to be in great health.
It's relatively, yeah.
I mean, compared, but I don't think it was emotional. I do believe there is some method to the madness, if you will. By that, I believe most Cowboy fans, this is what Cowboy fans got to get over. We get attracted to the name, but not the productivity. We get attracted to the glitz and the glamour, but not the productivity on the field. We get attracted to the Micah Parsons aura, the podcast, the off-field antics. But let's bring it to the field with Micah Parsons. His rookie season, outstanding. Very, very similar to Zeke in a way. His rookie season, outstanding. After the rookie season, Micah Parsons has been flash in the pan. He's effective. The best thing about Micah Parsons was he was a great decoy, because everyone is so infatuated with Micah Parsons. So we want to stop Micah Parsons. So it opened up room for D-Law to do his thing on the defensive line, who is no longer on the Cowboys too, by the way. Believe he is a Jaguar, if memory serves correct. But I say that because Micah Parsons is notoriously known for his pass rush, getting to the quarterback, which he is good at. But let's call a spade a spade. That over his time in Dallas, his pass rush ability dwindled. Why? Because he often got doubled. So he couldn't combat that. So let's couple that with the fact that he only played 6-7 games last year. Got injured. Not saying he's injury prone, but he got injured before a big contract year. That's a spade. That's a fact. He got injured before a big contract year. Jerry Jones is strategic. He takes all of this into consideration. I gotta believe he took that into consideration. What Dallas needs to work on, and I do believe with the guy that we got from Green Bay, Kenny Clark, I do believe this will help. Dallas needs to stop the run. The pass rush and the run, two different things. The pass rush is sacking the quarterback, but once the quarterback hands the ball off to the running back, we need to stop the run. We can't allow first and 10 for the running back to get 5-6 yards. That is what Micah Parsons did not do. He could sack the quarterback, but Micah Parsons did not stop the run. Let's go back 2023. Green Bay ran straight down our throats with Micah Parsons on the field in that elimination game in the playoffs. Now, his off-field antics with Micah Parsons, I told you before we recorded, and I told you yesterday, it's fitting that he's going to Green Bay because he is a defensive black Aaron Rodgers.
Please explain that.
He has his antics. He's a prima donna. He's kind of my way of the highway-ish kind of guy. So coupled with everything that I just said, I do believe Jerry Jones took all of the things that I just said into consideration. And Jerry Jones has been around the game more than me. He probably took other things into consideration that I didn't even speak of. But I do believe if you take that into consideration and now you want me to pay you this amount of money, keep in mind he offered him a significant amount already.
Yeah.
It's not like Jerry Jones.
5 years.
What's that?
I think it was $40 million for 5 years.
$40 million for 5. So it's not like he came to the table with chump change.
Yeah.
I'm giving you this, and keep in mind everything that I already know about you and what you did for me or what you didn't do for me last year. I'm giving you this and you still turning me down. Nah, it became strategic at that point. Like, I mean, I believe it was to the point where Jerry Jones was like, you got options, I got options. I can trade you and I can get something, and I can get something for you. And the something may not be what the diehard Dallas Cowboy fan want, but it's to the point where it works in the long term, and I think it'll work in the short term too. I don't think Dallas is going to suck this year. Frankly, I think we're going to whoop Philly's ass week 1 come Thursday. Strong. And frankly, I do believe we're going to bust Green Bay's ass week 4. I don't think Dallas is going to suck this year. I do believe this was more of an executive move than an emotional move for Jerry Jones. And we got to get around. We got to. If you're a fan of the Cowboys, you got to stop with. We lost Micah Parsons. All right, but we possibly gained the ability to stop the run. You got to stop with the we lost Micah Parsons. Because we're so attracted to the name and the star attached to the name. That's what we don't want to lose. I want productivity over the fame, if you ask me.
Well, here's the thing. I think it was a smart move for Jerry to do, but it's too little, too late. That's what I think about it. Because again, if you're going to now try to cut cost because now you want to build for the future, then why did you sign Dak to the big contract, CD to the big contract? You even mentioned Ezekiel at some point. I know he left and came back, but well, at that time, I guess they were trying to work to making a productive team. But why do you keep signing all these big name contract people when you don't move the needle? Which is why I don't understand why Cowboy fans are upset. It's like we weren't going nowhere if we signed Micah. We were going to be the same team we were last year. We were going to be the same team we were the year before when we had Micah on the team, when we had Dak on the team, and CeeDee Lamb on the team. We got our behinds whooped by the same team that we traded Micah to, Green Bay. What did that give us? What has it given us in the last 20 some odd years with the moves he's made, the overpaid players he's gotten? It's gotten nothing. And this was not going to do anything. People are like, oh, wow, Cowboys are going to be sorry this year. They were going to be sorry either way. When I mean sorry, I mean up to expectations or even competing in the playoffs. Competing in the playoffs. Not just getting, but competing in the playoffs.
Like I said, they'll be decent in the regular season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is when it counts playoffs. It gets like that. Like,
I'm okay with a rebuild. If this is what he's trying to do, I'm okay with a rebuild. If he's saying he's going to rebuild through the draft, he's going to save some money here, build some cap space to get some legitimate players, I'm fine with that. I'm just like, it's too little, too late. I mean, because you should have done that with the last 2 players you were doing, or at least keep one of them. You kept CeeDee Lamb. I'm fine with that because I think he's a remarkable player, and I think he's going to be great in the years coming up.
Of all the players who got their money, I think CeeDee Lamb was the most deserving, even over Dak. You go back last year, CeeDee Lamb balled out, injured, and he got his money. He did the holdout, but he still played, and he balled out. I will give CeeDee Lamb all the credit in the world.
Yeah. So to me, the only thing, if he had signed Micah, he just would have been compounding more stupid signings on others. He finally did something smart. It's too little, too late. I mean, if he was planning on trying to get a championship, trying to get a Super Bowl very soon, I don't think that's going to happen. Now you're going to have to build very slowly. If this is akin to the Herschel Walker trade, where he traded him, got some draft picks, and people are like, "Oh, that's the worst trade of the century. What is he doing? What is this country hick doing?" And then find out it finally turned into some great picks, it turned into some Hall of Famers, turned into 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. There was actually a genius move. Herschel Walker went to the Eagles, and he didn't win any championships. So if this is what he's trying to do, then bravo. But again, He doesn't have a lot of time left. I keep saying that, but what if this dude ends up living to be 120 with the money he got and the technology? He might end up living 120. He might have an iron lung that keeps him alive.
He already beat cancer. I mean, one critique I will say is why the Packers.
I hate that one, right in the conference.
That one I don't like because the Packers have been kicking our asses for all these years. They're in the division. They're in the NFC. Why not haul his ass off to New Orleans or Miami or the Jaguars or something? Some team we don't come across that much in the season. We will come across the Packers week 4. If we do go to the playoffs and they go to the playoffs, we're going to come across them in the playoffs. I am not upset with the trade. It's questionable as to why the Packers, Jerry. Now, I believe that stirs into the pot as if you watch that documentary, I know you have, and most of you probably have, he said he liked to stir it up. It's a soap opera. I do believe, and this is coming out of Jerry Jones' mouth on that documentary, he does like the attention he can stir up within the organization. And I believe him sending Micah, trading Micah to the Packers is just stirring up the attention. I mean,
yeah, but that's at the detriment of us, don't you think, though? Well, not just this, but him always doing this, you know?
It is. And that goes whether if he's wanting to win football games or just cause drama. But it is a detriment to us as the fan. But as a fan, this is the best thing Jerry Jones has done in years, if you ask me. I am not upset with this. I was shocked, but not upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you. I said, man, Micah Parsons not going nowhere. I said, he's staying. They're drawing this out. He's going to get signed probably before game 1, a couple hours before game 1, and walk through smiling like, I got my money. And then he's going to maybe not ball out and convince everybody he didn't need the money. But yeah, I was surprised at that. And that it happened so quickly, kind of happened overnight. Because, I mean, I know he was fielding teams, but I thought that was just part of the drama. I was surprised that this actually happened. But now, where do you think this goes next? You know, I'm hearing rumors and rumblings that, Dak may be on the outs now. If we are rebuilding, because Dak is getting older, and we got these draft picks, and Archie Manning is yes. He's in the mix. He could be on the lookout. And we got that the backup that we got from the Patriots.
Joe Milton.
Yeah.
I do believe this is going back to the strategy and the strategic mind of Jerry Jones. You cannot tell me that Dak's lack of performance in the playoffs did not influence this decision for Micah Parsons to go to Green Bay in the picks. And to what you just said, we've been dealing with Dak's bullshit since 2016. Dak is who he is. Dak is not going to get any better. He's not going to get any worse. He is who he is.
Very positive young man. Yes.
He is who he is. And this is going back to the rebuilding. Yes, I do believe Dak is on the outs. If you ask me, Dak is on the outs, and this Micah Parsons trade kind of it's shining a light as to what Jerry Jones is trying to do. Because again, Archie Manning, I believe Archie Manning would be in hell. Actually, he could go in the draft next year, but if he finishes out college, he'll do his last 2. I literally just watched him play today. He lost. But I do believe Jerry Jones has his eye on Archie Manning. And again, Joe Milton is no scrub. He's not.
All right.
So I do believe this trade for Micah plays a huge Dak should not be as comfortable as he probably may look because it's going to affect him. Not this season, obviously. He's going to play this season, even next season. But in the long run, it will affect Dak. If Dak doesn't get it done this season or the next, hell, I'm going to say that this season, yeah, it's going to affect him. Even if he does get it done, it's still going to affect him.
Well, do you believe with a lot of pundits that since Micah has gotten in Green Bay, is Green Bay the Super Bowl favorite?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
Hell
Would
no.
you put Detroit above them?
I put Detroit above them, yes. I put Philly above them. Sad as that hurt my heart to say. No, Green Bay ain't no damn Super Bowl. No. I just said this motherfucker can't stop the run. He ain't gonna be able to stop the run in Green Bay either.
Oh man, they got Jordan Love out there, man. He is the savior.
Jordan Love and Michael Parsons play on opposite sides of the ball. But according to what for Michael Parsons is going to get a couple sacks. Michael Parsons is your highlight. He's going to get you sacks. He's going to get on the podcast Monday and talk shit. Oh, and that's one thing he is going to do. Oh, he's going to talk shit about Dallas this upcoming season.
I mean, Micah ain't going to have to do too much because, I mean, Green Bay had held opponents to the third lowest yards per carry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he ain't got to worry about that no more. To a degree.
That's okay. That's true. I did not know that stat, but that is true. If that, I know I know you're right. I didn't know that stat, but what I don't think I don't know. Everyone is saying Green Bay are Super Bowl contenders. No, I don't. Out of the NFC, Philly and Detroit are the two you want to worry about.
Washington, what about them?
Washington is in there.
Yeah, because they almost went to the Super Bowl.
They almost went.
One game away.
You want to worry about Washington too. But if you ask me, Green Bay and Dallas are the two teams in NFC. They're good. They're going to be good. They're going to be in the midst of things, and you're going to hear some rumblings, but you ain't got to worry about them. They're going to get close. They're going to make some noise, but nah, you ain't got to worry about it.
I don't know, man. I'm fearful with Green Bay. I'm fearful of them.
I'm not. I mean, Green Bay is a good team. I'm not too fearful. I'm more of Detroit. I tell you that. That's what I'm fearful of.
Detroit's history is going to take care of them.
What's that?
Detroit's history is going to take care of them. They'll look good, but when it comes time to perform, like they did last year, when it comes that time, somehow, some way, they're going to falter in the playoffs.
Maybe. I mean, but that argument.
Like the Bills. Yeah.
But I think I'm not that worried about Green Bay. Frankly, I do believe we beat Green Bay week 4. I do. Keep in mind, like I always told you, well, week 4 is not necessarily September anymore, but keep in mind, like I always told you, Dallas played really well in September, which is why I think we're going to beat Philly Thursday. Dallas played really well in September. It's the later months. So,
do you want them to play well? I mean, not in September. Do you want them to play well during the season at all? You know, because that can push us up the draft ladder if we have a horrible season.
You know what? You can't stop inevitability because you and I both know Dallas isn't going to suck enough to get good draft picks.
8-8. Well, 8-9.
They're gonna make you think something's gonna happen throughout the season. Oh no, they ain't gonna flat out suck that bad. Come on now, they gonna make you think you got a chance, and that's gonna mess up the draft pick. So I already know that's gonna be the case. They gonna make you think you got a chance. They're gonna take you on this roller coaster ride, and you're gonna be dangling at the top, thinking, "Oh, we good," and then here comes November. And then here comes December, and your ass come crashing down.
Do they make the playoffs? So I'm gonna say no. I mean, barely. They're gonna be in the hunt, but I don't think they make the playoffs.
They'll be in the hunt. I say barely. Yeah, I say make the playoffs, get blown out. and whoever they play in the wild card get blown out. I say they make the playoffs.
What's up, Uncle Charles? He's saying, what's up, y'all? UNC Birmingham, Alabama. What's up? How about them Cowboys? Yeah. I mean, it's always about them Cowboys. Either when they're good or bad, it's always about them
and
Cowboys.
There it is right there. And to your point, to the point that you just said, that's why Jerry Jones is going to laugh his ass to the bank. Whether you hate him or you don't like him, you're watching the Cowboys, you're talking about the Cowboys. I think Jerry Jones cares more about the haters than the fans. I think
yeah. Good. Any publicity is good publicity.
I think that motherfucker cares more about the haters than the fans. Honest to God, I think he cares. That documentary, It was really, other than the Super Bowls we won, which are what, 2 decades ago, there was a lot of negativity in that documentary.
Yeah.
I ain't know about no White House when Michael Irvin was doing ungodly things.
Go with Coke, the soda. Yeah.
I knew Michael Irvin was doing Coke back in the day. Hell, if you go to the game and he's on that Titantron now, he look like he did a couple lines right before he went filming.
Let's go, my Dallas Cowboy.
I'm telling you, man, when I went to the game last year, that it scared me. I was like,
yeah, he did too when I seen one.
Like, is he here?
Get about your seats and rise up for the Dallas Cowboys.
I was like, damn, did he just record this? Is he here?
He sounded that loud. They didn't even have a mic on.
He was, but I do say we make the playoffs, barely. And I do say we get blown out first week of the playoffs. Because this isn't, even with the Parsons trade, it's not a bad team still. We got Pickens. But Dallas always looks
okay.
Dallas always has a good team on paper.
It's all going to depend on what Dak does this year. Is Dak going to go into his interception year mode, or is he going to go into conservative mode where, he throws short passes, he doesn't, and every now and then he goes for a long pass? Which Dak are we going to get this year?
You're going to get conservative Dak. I'm going to tell you why. Because he's coming off of an injury. You're going to get conservative Dak. You're going to get dink and dunk Dak. You're going to get a deep ball every now and then. They're going to, on the offensive side of the ball, they're going to try to rely heavily on the run game. But again, you're going to get dink and dunk Dak. Tight end is going to be his favorite target. Jake Ferguson is going to be his favorite target. He's going to go under the defense. And that's the Dak you're going to get, because he's going to play conservative because he doesn't want to get injured again.
Okay. So you pretty much answered my second question. I was like, are we going to see Dak actually run the ball now a little bit more than we have in the past? But based on what you just said, that's probably a no.
He's not going to run. He's going to run occasionally, but you're not going to get 2016 taking off quarterback draw Dak. I remember that quarterback draw he did against the Seahawks when he got down to it was like 3rd and 10. Then he got the first down. Then we were on the goal line. You're not gonna get that Dak. That Dak is gone. He's gonna try to rely mostly on his arm, and his arm is gonna be the extent of going to the tight end. I'm telling you, the tight end is gonna be his favorite target, Jake Ferguson. George Pickens and he may hit, because CD gonna play in the slot a lot. CD is a slot receiver. CD is gonna play in the slot. Pickens is gonna play the wide out. You got Jalen Tolbert is a wide out too, and I see CD playing the slot. So it's a slot, and Jake Ferguson is his 2 targets.
Well, another reason why some people say the Steelers might have lost this trade is because, of course, the big financial. What's up?
You said Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going with it. Steelers might have lost this trade is because of the big financial upkeep they have to do with Micah Parsons' contract now, because they're paying him and a couple other people on their team, and they got him locked up for 3-4 years now. And if you do not win within the next 3 or 4 years, it's going to be looked at as a failure. because you can't go and get a whole bunch of people. The same predicament that we would have been in, except if we kept them, we wouldn't have gotten any better. We might have actually gotten worse because we couldn't fill the other positions that we need help at, that we have holes at. Green Bay is in a good position. They were in a good position before they got Micah. They're in a better position, definitely, I think, because they got Micah. But if they don't win a Super Bowl, I think in the next 3 or 4 years, it's going to be looked at as a failure.
Green Bay is not winning the Super Bowl in 3 or 4 years. They're going to have good seasons. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to play their behinds off. But Green Bay is not winning the Super Bowl. I don't even think they're getting to the Super Bowl. And to win the Super Bowl, that means you got to get past the best team in the AFC. That means you got to go. You got to consider the Ravens. You got to consider the Ravens.
NFC.
The NFC, but to win the actual Super Bowl, you're going to play the best team in the AFC. And that whoever that may be.
I got you talking about in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl to win.
Okay.
And whoever that may be, whether it's Baltimore, Kansas City, although Kansas City may be on the decline, that's another conversation. Bills, Green Bay ain't as good as any of them three that I just named to win the Super Bowl. So no, I don't think Green Bay is winning the Super Bowl. They out of the 3 or 4 years, they may get there, but I don't think they win it. No.
I don't know. If they get better compared to what they got last year, more experience to Jordan Love, put him in the playoffs with more pressure, the experience he learned from the last year, I think he's going to take a market step this year. And it's definitely a possibility. So I don't think it's going to be the 49ers, at least in the NFC, it's going to stop them.
49ers?
I don't think they're in
the same boat Dallas is in.
Yeah. They paid a boatload of money. A lot of players, and a lot of their players are getting old and injured.
49ers in the same boat Dallas is in. Do we play the 49ers this year? I don't even know.
Sure.
They are the exact same team, to tell you the truth.
Not sure. Let's pull that up. Who we play this year? Let's see. 49ers. Nope, we don't. We don't play them this year.
The 1 year they're gonna suck. We don't play them. Figures.
Gotta play. Of course, our NFC East people. The schedule don't look too bad. I got to play the Packers, of course, like you said, September 28th. Let's see. Got to play the Jets. Don't know how they're going to look, but we probably can win that one. The Panthers, of course, we got to play them. So we'll be saying to play the Panthers a lot more than we used to play.
We do play the Panthers a lot more. I don't know why. And we're going to beat their asses. If Dallas can suck all the way to the bank, we'll beat the Panthers. Although they may be better this year, we'll still beat the Panthers.
Got the Broncos. Let's see, Raiders, Chiefs late in November. Of course, we got
game. And I may go.
Yes. Oh yeah, that would be I'm sure a high rated game there. But no matter if the Cowboys are even a 500 team at that point, it'll still be a high rated game.
They play on Christmas too on Netflix this year, Cowboys.
Versus Washington.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, in Washington. Ooh. Next to last game.
That's gonna be I believe that game is gonna decide a standing as far as standings and division standings. Dallas may still be in the hunt by that time. That's gonna be a decision maker game for the conference possibly, but I like Micah Parsons. I really did like Micah Parsons for what he brought to the Cowboys over the years. He's not a terrible player, but this was not a bad deal for Jerry Jones. I know, again, Jerry Jones gets so much hate,
It's somewhat deservingly so.
It is deserved. This one is not.
Well, I'm gonna tell you another reason why I'm glad he's gone. I think he was a locker room cancer. I think based off of just comments, just a little interview where he's talked about his own quarterback and not saying he's one of the best quarterbacks. I mean, not okay. I know you don't want to have to lie, but you can say some answer like, well, no matter what, who's the quarterback for the team, I support him 100%. You don't down your quarterback in public like that, or you don't talk about, he's the reason why we lost and stuff like that. Because that, no matter what, he always takes accountability for why he lost. Now, he may not back up his talk saying, well, the next game definitely we're going to be improved and we're going to be a better team. He may not back up that talk, but he does take accountability for his loss. But Micah, to me, was more about what can the rest of y'all do to help us win, not what can I do to help this team improve. To me, he was turning into a locker room cancer. And with the podcast and stuff and talking about the games afterwards like that and still not taking accountability too much for what he did, because there's plenty of playoff games where he didn't show up. I think he's registered, 2 sacks in all of the playoff games he's ever played? One? Okay, I gave him one too many.
The game we won against Brady in the playoff games, one. He sacked Brady in that game.
Okay, and that was one of the good playoff games we had with Dak under helm. But yeah, it's to me, he seemed like he was a negative person as far as building positive team camaraderie. He didn't seem like he was helping us out in that department. He was all about, what else could everybody else have done, not what I've done wrong.
I don't disagree. I do believe if you're trying to win, if you're trying to obtain a goal, and obviously their goal is to win a Super Bowl, you can't do the finger pointing, man. I mean, obviously you're in a locker room with grown men. I think every grown person in their locker room knows what they did wrong, which caused them to take the L. I don't need you to point it out. Now we can correct it. Let's correct it together. There's no need for the finger pointing. And that is what Michael Parsons, or if you do it, don't do it like constructively, not go on your podcast and do it amongst the locker room, So for that degree, in that degree, I do agree with you. He was becoming a cancer towards the locker room, which probably swayed Jerry's decision even more, because Jerry Jones probably saw that also. So, he best of luck to him in Green Bay. You made a very good point. He's going into an already pretty much solid system. So they're going to require less of him than Dallas required. So he's going to kick back and just, he's going to freeze his ass off there. But, he got in his mind, he's going to have a good thing going, because he's not going to have to be as animated because they already got a good thing going, But, my initial reaction was of shock, because I thought Jerry Jones would cave in and pay him. Frankly, I thought Jerry Jones was doing the same shit he did last year with CD. We got the Thursday night game, all eyes on us. It's against Philly. I thought he was gonna pay him right before the game. That'll make headlines. That is typical of Jerry Jones, but he didn't do that. And that's why I was shocked that he didn't pay and he did get traded. But why Green Bay is a big question mark. But
yeah, I think he's going to be for a big culture shock, because Jerry Jones coddled the player. Jerry Jones was a player first guy. He went over the coach and went straight for the players to get their input before he did for the coach. Green Bay, totally different. And it may be a little bit different now in modern times where, the players' voices matter just a little bit more. But, it's whatever the coach says. The coach doesn't think the player belongs on the team. General manager is going to listen and get rid of that guy. You're not going to be able to just go to the general manager or the owner and just complain about the coach and hopefully something is going to happen. He's going to talk to the coach and get his input, and he's going to make a decision off of that. Or in some cases, the coach is the general manager. of some of these teams. Not sure the relationship with the Green Bay coach is with the general manager, but he's in for a culture shock. I don't think if Green Bay had Micah Parsons as a rookie, I don't think Micah Parsons has a podcast. Jerry Jones with his own podcast, he probably encouraged Micah to have a podcast to get more listeners to talk about Dallas Cowboys even more, even if it was negative talk. So Jerry probably encouraged that. Green Bay probably not going to say nothing now because it's already done. And they're trying to, somewhat coddle him on his way in. But if he had started in Green Bay, I don't think there's any way he has a podcast.
Very true. Very true. I mean, but that's the culture of Dallas. Dallas is like I told you years ago, Jerry Jones, he want to be their friend. He want to be their homeboy. He want to be the old white man that rescued the little black boy through football. And here's a couple $1 million. Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Dez Bryant, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb are those cases. He's so when you give Jerry any kind of pushback, it's kind of like, oh, I've done all this for you, and this is what you do to me. Dude, I'm giving you $40 million and you missed 6 games last season. Come on, man. But I think it was more strategic than emotional. But it's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a fun season, and it is what it is, and we are where we are now.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up on there. Any parting words with Dallas Cowboys fans before we wrap it up in the show here?
Let's go. We say it every year. This is our year. That's becoming a running joke now, but let's go. Let's do it. And, for me, it's all about the Dallas Cowboys for life. It's Dallas Cowboy for life, Cowboy Nation. Let's beat up on them bum-ass Eagles week 1 Thursday night. And let's start the season off right.
Well, if it ends up being too bad, let's go might be something they say at halftime because the score might be too high on us. Let's go. It's time to go. Let's beat traffic.
I literally was at the game thinking that. But we actually came back when the game I went to against the Ravens last year. But I was literally at halftime, like, to my wife because I had to drive back to Houston. And I was like, we might as well go.
Did they end up winning that game? I know they came back. I can't remember.
Hell no.
Okay, I couldn't remember. They made it competitive, right?
They gave it a valiant effort.
I remember now. Okay. All right. Well, that is our show for today. That is the last rewind, getting on what happened with Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones. And we will see you guys on the next podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next show, guys. Have a good night.